If you struggle getting a regular workout in, you are not alone. It can be really tough to stay consistent with our movement routine. And sometimes we might create this amazing workout plan and we've got the best of intentions and it's going really well for a while. But then life happens and we skip a day. And then the next day, we're busy again and we're thinking, well, I skipped yesterday. I've already failed. I'll just start over on Monday. And this is where most of us go wrong because we think it's all or nothing. It has to be perfect or we have failed. And this is not the way that we should be thinking about building this routine that is so good for our health. So let's talk about four must haves when it comes to building a movement routine so that you can exercise regularly, even when life gets busy, and you can even enjoy it.
Are you ready to stop the chaos, the stress, the overwhelm that's filling your life? I'm Renae Matt, and together you and I are going to build simple routines that are going to change your life. When you put these habits into practice, you're going to be able to organize your life in a way where you can be there for your family, pay off your debt, save money, your house can stay organized, you don't have to stress about what's for dinner, and you still get time for yourself. So without further ado, let's get started. Welcome to the Routine Advantage Podcast.
I am all too familiar when it comes to this all or nothing mindset. My natural default reaction is that if I have not done it perfectly, then what is the point? Or I need to start over on Monday. There is this meme or graphic or whatever that went around years ago, and it was talking about a diet, and it's the little stick figures. And my family, like, we used to joke about it all the time because that's just what we all did. It was like, I think it was we're gonna start the diet on Monday, and then it was like, today is Monday, and it's all these sad faces, and then it's like next Monday, and all of them are cheering. And that is like, we always found it so funny because that's how we were. It was like, oh, well, we kind of fell off the wagon, so let's just start again on Monday. And it always became, let's just start on Monday. But then why are we always waiting until Monday? Because then if Monday comes and Monday doesn't go perfectly, we end up wasting an entire another week because then we'll start next Monday. And it's like, I needed to get out of that mindset because otherwise that perfect Monday would never come. And when I was getting into this routine of trying to change my mindset of how I looked at exercise and movement and working out, I needed to change how I looked at it as a whole and not just as the perfection of building the perfect routine and sticking to it, but I needed to add some fluidity to it and I needed to be more flexible so that I could be more consistent. And it's kind of funny to say because the more flexible I created my routine with these tips I'm going to give you today, the more I brought these into place and I took out the rigid structure of building the perfect workout plan, I actually became more consistent at exercise than if I had built the perfect workout plan and then just fallen off track trying to achieve it. So, I'm going to share with you what I believe are four must-haves when it comes to building a movement routine that actually works and helps you to be consistent without focusing on where you might be lacking. And I think that makes a big difference in helping us feel better because we really want to create a movement routine for many, many reasons. It gives us the energy that we need to keep going, especially when we're busy. We feel like when we're busy that we don't have time to get a workout in, when that's probably when we need it most to help release the stress, will help to increase your endorphins and help increase your energy levels. Even when you're tired after a workout, you still feel good. Like, you are often not grumpy after a workout. You feel better. So I think it's really important not only for the health aspect of getting an exercise or a movement routine in, but just for your overall physical and mental health and emotional health. Like, it's just so good for you. So we want to find a way to be very consistent, not perfect, but consistent. So here are the four must haves, in my opinion, what you need for a movement routine to exercise regularly, even when you're busy. Number one, You need to schedule it. And this one sounds like, okay, whatever. I don't need to actually plug it in, but you do actually need to plug it into your schedule because what happens is we just get busy. Our time fills up. And until we actually plug it in and make time for it, we're not going to do it regularly. And we're going to let other things take over. And we're going to lose this as a priority. So, if it is a priority for you to get regular exercise in, you need to put it in your calendar. So I love putting these blocks of time in my Google Calendar. And what I do is when I sit down on Fridays and I plan out my next week, I'm literally looking at each day and I'm restacking it in order to make sure it flows the best for that particular day. I have my default template. Yes, I do. But then when I'm sitting down to actually look at it, like appointments got scheduled or different meetings have gotten plugged in. So now some things might be double booked or it might be, stacked where it's not going to flow as nicely. So that time when I sit down on Fridays and I look at that, I'm looking at how my day will flow. And this is a great time that if I have that movement routine plugged in, I can see where it's going to best fit for the day because I love going to the gym at night with my husband. When we get off of work, we go straight to the gym and then we come home and we make dinner together. But that doesn't work for every night. Sometimes he's working late or he has a lot of back issues. So sometimes his back is really bothering him or I have like a board meeting that night or something like that. It doesn't always go to plan. And sometimes we just feel like staying home and having, a night at home because we've been, traveling or busy for several days or several weekends in a row and we just want to have a quiet night at home. So when those are happening and I still want to get a workout in, I know that working out in the morning or on my lunch break are going to be my best options. So I can just restack it and I can drag that workout to the morning and I can adjust things as I need to. And then once I have my whole week planned out, I can take a look at it and I can see exactly when I need to get my workout in because I have built it and I prioritized it ahead of time and I've planned for it. Now, if it doesn't work to work out, all 5 days of the week, that's totally fine. I can look at that and I can say, okay, I'm only going to work out 3 times this week or 4 times or maybe just 2 times. But what am I going to have as my plan? When am I going to get those workouts in? Because if I am personally for myself, if I do not schedule them, they will not get done because I will let something else take over and it just goes to the back burner. And I don't want that to happen. It is a priority for me to work out regularly. And that is one of my goals this year. And I want to achieve that. So I might not need to work out 5 days a week, but I do want to prioritize it. And I want to be aware of when I'm actually getting these workouts in. So scheduling it is huge. If you haven't already begun to do that, I highly recommend that you just go in and you plug it in right now. You can even go into your Google Calendar and you can make it recurring and just do it whatever days that you think that are best for you. If it's, mornings on Monday and then evenings on Wednesdays and, maybe it's your lunch break on Fridays and you plug those in, or maybe it's the mornings all 5 days of the week, or maybe it's the evenings on Tuesdays and Thursdays and whatever works for you, go plug it in and set it as a recurring appointment in your calendar. And then when you're reviewing your week ahead of time, just drag them to when it will work best in your day and then you have already prioritized that workout and you know that you can get it in because you aren't scheduling things. You can schedule things around it. So you know that you have blocked the time to get a workout in. So the second thing is to be flexible. And this is where I'm saying several different things. So, not only be flexible about the time, because we just talked about that, where it might not work to do it in the mornings every day. It might not work to do it in the evenings every day. You have to be flexible with the time of day and the day of the week that you do it because life isn't perfect. It's not always going to be the exact same, or for most of us, it won't be the exact same. So, you have to be flexible about the time, but you also need to be flexible about the length of time that is needed. There's so much in my brain that just thinks, oh, I need a full hour to work out. And if I don't have a full hour, then it's pointless. There's no point in working out if I can't do a full hour. But I've had to shift that and say, okay, just because I don't have a full hour, because if I take an hour at the gym, I take 15 minutes to get there and then 15 minutes to get back. We are there. And then if we do like stretching and everything like that, if that's the case, we're there for a good hour and a half to 2 hours by the time we leave home, by the time to the time we get home. So we're there, or we're gone, I should say, for 1.5 to 2 hours if we go to the gym. That is a big chunk of time, especially in the evenings after work. So if we can't get that in on a day, do we just skip the workout? No, we don't. So I've had to adjust and figure out like, okay, what are other things that I could be doing that don't take a full hour or whatever is that default time in your mind. Some workouts might be an hour. Some workouts might be an hour and a half, but some workouts might be just 10 to 20 minutes. Like we can do shorter workouts and still get that boost of energy. It can get our bodies moving. It can get our muscles, burning, like whatever we need to be doing. We can still get that in, even if it's shorter. So let's be flexible about the time. If you're having a really busy day, instead of just skipping your workout, just cut it down and do a shorter workout because you're still going to feel better by getting something in rather than nothing. And that helps us build the consistency of feeling like we're still getting something in and we're not failing in any way. We're being able to continue our movement and exercise routine even though it doesn't necessarily look exactly like we want it to. We're not giving up. We're still getting it in, and that is huge when it comes to not feeling like you want to, start over on Monday all the time. I'm sorry, I keep getting a frog in my throat. And it keeps, like, rumbling on me. I have to keep, clearing my throat, so I apologize that it's kind of annoying. It's annoying to me, so I'm assuming it's annoying to you. Okay, so number 3 is to be accountable. And this could be having an accountability buddy with a friend. It could be a family member. You could do workouts with them or just do check ins. You want to have somebody you're staying accountable to because you are more likely to show up if you're holding yourself accountable. And if you don't have somebody in your life that can be this accountability partner, then stay accountable to yourself. Make a promise to yourself and keep checking in. Do these regular check ins each week to see where you're at and to make sure that you are showing appreciation for what you have accomplished. Don't just look at how you failed or how you've skipped something. Look at what you have achieved and focus on that because that is going to encourage you to keep going rather than giving up. And I think that is a huge aspect of it is the mindset and making sure that we are focusing on the positives, not just the negatives. So I think being accountable, whether it's to yourself or to somebody else, is a big deal when it comes to building a routine that you really enjoy and you can be consistent with. And the fourth must have is to have fun. I think this is also a really big deal. I have been trying to get, a regular workout routine in, and I've been adjusting and being flexible on what I have time for and what time of day and all of that. But I've also switched up what type of workouts I'm doing because I'm focusing more on the consistency rather than the type of workout right now so that I can build that consistent habit. And so sometimes I will do a home workout. Sometimes I'm going to the gym. Sometimes I'm doing something completely different. Like this morning, when I woke up this morning, I needed to get my workout in this morning. And just that's just how it fell this day. And I decided I got up and I was like, I have a little more energy. I'm looking for something a little more fun. So I went on YouTube and I found a Zumba workout. And I did like it's a whole if you've never heard of it, it's like a dance workout where it's a cardio, but you're doing a lot of dance moves. So you're using like different muscles and you're doing coordination. It's just fun. And it's not a strenuous workout. It's just a fun workout where you dance and you still get sweaty and like you're working out, but I wanted something more fun. And so I just changed what type of workout I was doing this morning. So there's the ability to be consistent, be flexible, be accountable, but also to make sure you're actually enjoying it. Another way you could look at this is if you have a workout planned and it's in the evening and it is a beautiful summer night and you don't actually feel like going to the gym, look at doing something else. Have fun a different way, whether you're going to go for a walk instead, or you're going to grab the bikes out of the shed and you are going to take that trail that you've been meaning to take and just go on a nice long bike ride. Grab some, healthy snacks and some water and just go on a fun bike ride. So you're still getting that movement in, but you're doing it in a different way. Like that is what I'm talking about when it comes to having fun with your workout, where it doesn't have to be perfect. We just want to focus on the movement. So that has made a huge difference for me and building my movement routine. So I'm hoping that if you have struggled with this, that these are going to help you as well, because they can make a really big difference, not only in how we view ourselves in being able to be consistent with a movement routine, but also how much we enjoy it. And I hope that these are kind of speaking to you and giving you some ideas on how you can make some adjustments to yours. But I think these are really important to any movement routine, no matter where you're at and whatever level you're at when it comes to working out as well. So, a quick recap for those, there are four. Number one is to schedule it, number two is to be flexible, number three is to be accountable, and number four is to have fun. So go think about your movement routine, think about what you want, go ahead and schedule it and start having fun with it, because that is the goal. We want to have fun and we want to build that consistency, but in a way that feels really good. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will catch you back here in a few days on our next episode.
Did you love that episode or learn something useful? If so, would you do me a huge favor? My goal is to grow this podcast and help as many women as I can break free from the overwhelm so they can truly enjoy their life. The best way for me to do this is for you to leave a 5-star written review on your podcast app and to share this episode with a friend or in your Instagram stories. I appreciate you being here. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next episode. Take care.